Good morning, Mishak. It's Friday, January 22nd, and thanks for the bummer video yesterday, man. I mean, I don't disagree that the lion's share of the work is ahead of us, but also, bummer. It's interesting that you talked about new normals yesterday, but I will admit, you talked about it in a very different way than I was expecting. I mean, you mentioned the coronavirus, but it wasn't the main topic of your video. Coronavirus has required new normals. Masks, sanitizing your hands more frequently, sanitizing surfaces more frequently, less traveling. I mean, we're not even leaving the house for the most part. This got me thinking. Sometimes normal doesn't refer to anything in particular. It doesn't refer to the 90s or 2000s like you were suggesting. It refers to right now, what the normal is. If someone went outside without a mask, that would not be normal right now, even if it was normal in the 90s or 2000s. So with that, I wanted to talk about what a normal schedule during coronavirus looks like. Not the particular items which fill up our daily lives. Obviously, my schedule is going to look different than yours, which is going to look different than most of our audience. But instead, I wanted to talk about the practice of filling up days that feel like they should be empty, filling up a year that feels like it has nothing to fill it with. One of the important things that I've done this year is commit myself to something that'll keep me busy. Not just my mind busy, but my person, me, busy. For a lot of the year, that took the form of school or work, but during breaks when I didn't have anything to do, I just sort of made something up. For example, during this break that we're currently in, I spent much of the first half of it imagining, designing, and then eventually creating a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who for my girlfriend, for my family, and for my friends. And when I was done with that, I made music, and when I was done with that, I went back to coding. I think these things are important because they're not just keeping my mind busy passively. They're engaging tasks which have end goals and problems along the way. So my mind's not just chugging along, it's working, and in the process also keeping me active, engaged. Another thing that has kept me sane during this year is, unbelievably, Minecraft. It doesn't have to be that game in particular, or even a game at all, but having an activity to do online with my friends has been really fun. It doesn't have to be that game in particular, or even a game at all, but having a game to do with your friends, and a game that, again, is focused on creating self-assigned tasks with problems along the way has been really fun and engaging. I think the important thing about that is I'm doing these tasks similarly to how I'm doing them in the rest of my life, but I'm also doing them with friends. I get to share what I'm doing with friends. That's one of the reasons why I am so excited about following through with this project, Mishak, because I get to engage with you every single day, even as the coronavirus persists and even as we travel far apart from each other. And I think that's my major takeaway. I mean, I could go on listing the particular ways that I do this, the games that I play and the people that I talk to and the modes by which I do these things, but I don't think that's really helpful. My message at the end is, in a time with nothing to do, you get to decide what to do. More than that, you have to decide what to do. And I think you'll have the most fun and you'll feel the most fulfilled if you give yourself tasks and if you share those tasks with friends and family. Maybe it's just me, but I think that's kind of beautiful. I'm not a traditionally religious person, so the idea that we can all just be here without ordained tasks or goals or desires is really kind of satisfying. Plus, having friends and loved ones along the way also doing the same thing makes it all the easier. So what have your assigned tasks been during quarantine? Leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mishak, I will see you tomorrow.